Hey everybody, I am David, and today I'm going to be talking about Krypton, Episode 1, Season 1, the pilot. This is the very first episode of the new TV series Krypton, which is about not Superman, not Jor-El, Superman's grandfather named, I think it was Seg-El. And yeah, it's about his grandfather way before Krypton blows up, way before Jor-El is even born. Like, Seg is like not a teenager, but a guy in his 20s or 30s. So it's a fresh new take on the mythology of Krypton. And I gotta say, I was really pleasantly surprised by this. The trailers did catch my attention, but I wasn't like jumping for joy, like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be the new best show that DC has done. And now I'm happy to say that it could be my new favorite TV show. Now, it's only one episode in, so I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but I am really loving the look and style of this new series. It definitely has a Man of Steel-ish vibe, as well as a J.J. Abrams Star Trek vibe to it as well. And I think it works really well for it. It looks like we're going to be getting some time travel in this show, with the character of Adam Strange, who seems to be a character who comes from, I guess, our time, because he knows Superman. He tells Seg about his grandson, Superman. He literally name drops Superman by name and has his cape there and shows him, hey, look at this cape. It's literally disappearing before your eyes. I guess that's kind of like their way of, when you go back and watch Back to the Future, there's that scene where Marty has the photograph of him and his siblings are starting to disappear, and eventually he starts to disappear. I was actually pleasantly surprised by how quick we get into the drama of this show, and I wasn't expecting certain deaths in here, which I'm not going to spoil, because I think if you haven't seen the series premiere yet of this, the pilot episode, go ahead and check it out first before you listen to the rest of my review. We do get a brief glimpse of Brainiac. I don't think that's a spoiler because he is seen in the trailers, and it's the same clip that we've seen of him before, so it didn't give us anything new that we've already seen of him. That shot of the ship, of Brainiac's ship, the Skull ship, looks really cool. There were a lot of really cool special effects in this show. I really do think the production level of this show, you can definitely see, is a much more healthier budget than all the CW shows, I think, combined. This definitely has like a Game of Thrones type budget, I felt. Now, I'm not comparing it to Game of Thrones, so if you're someone that loves Game of Thrones, believe me, I love Game of Thrones too. But the budget, you can't deny, looks really big for this one. This is not a show that's like shying away and saying, yeah, we're just making this for $1 million an episode. No, this is like whatever Game of Thrones budget is. I think this can be in comparison with that. They're like going all in with this one, and comparing it to previous shows like Smallville or Supergirl or Arrow or Flash, etc. I think this one blows them out of the water in terms of production value. On whether or not the show will succeed, we'll see, because sometimes I don't always think you need a huge budget to have a successful show. I think Flash Season 1 is definitely like the best Season 1 series of anything so far. We'll see how Krypton does, but so far, I'm telling you, Krypton is on a really good start so far. Arrow doesn't need it as well, because Arrow is more grounded and realistic, so they don't really need to have those type of it doesn't need that type of a budget. But Krypton, with the type of show it is, a sci-fi fantasy series, I think, yeah, it does need this. And with the storyline that it's setting up in this show, I think it's working out really well. And I really do like the character of Seg-El. I think he does. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name right. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing it right. I haven't watched the pilot since this morning, so forgive me. Some information is a little fuzzy for me right now, but I am liking everything and the struggles that the character is going through. Obviously, he's very different from Clark or Kal-El and Superman because he's growing up on a different time in Krypton, and he's going through different things that we never really got to see Superman go through. So it will be interesting to see what his journey is going to be, especially since he's going to learn more, most likely a little bit more about his grandson. Do we need too many references? With the type of show that this is, I think maybe we will get eventually a lot more references about his grandson's future. I do like the supporting cast that they have on this show. I think they're all really great, and there looks to be a Game of Thrones dynamic as well, with like this battle within this family, or this the Council of Krypton, I guess. Everything that I saw in this pilot, I thought set up some interesting stuff down the line, and knowing that this is only a 10-episode season is having me really excited to see where it's going to go and where it's going to end. I will definitely review the show when it's all over, when all 10 episodes air. I'll definitely do a whole season review. I won't do episode by episode unless you guys suggest that I should. Maybe I will. Because so far I am liking it, and Wednesdays I really don't have nothing to review, so I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll put it on the... If some people comment below and say, yes, David, review episode by episode, maybe I will. I'll consider it. So, but I will be ranking this show definitely with the other DC TV shows, so stay tuned this Saturday for that, on where I'm going to rank the pilot episode of Krypton along with Legends of Tomorrow, Black Lightning, and Gotham this week. So with that being said, guys, comment below and tell me your thoughts on the pilot episode of Krypton. What did you think of it? Were you blown away by it, or were you underwhelmed by it and thought, I'm going to pass? I'm very curious to know what other people are thinking. So with that being said, until next time, like this video, subscribe to my channel, you know the drill, and until next time, take care.